you know that a Beagle, a Boston Terrier, a Border Collie, and a Belgian Malinois, I just picked 4 breeds with B names. All 4 of those dogs are going to present very different training challenges to you. And there's a reason for it. Today, we're going to be talking about something that is called the predatory motor sequence, or some people call it predation sequence. It's actually a pattern of behavior that goes back to wolves. It's how wolves hunt. It's how wolves stay alive. And you may be thinking, hey, Susan, I thought we shouldn't draw many conclusions from wolves because our dogs are so far away from them. They are. And here's the thing. The predatory sequence has changed dramatically in domesticated dogs because of the intense breeding for certain traits that people loved. So let me walk you through what this sequence looks like. First of all, I think the acronym that is most commonly used is kind of crap, the PMS. It's predation motor sequence. And it's described as 8 different unique events. First one is orient. So imagine your dog's out in the field and something just catches their eye. They orient their body and their head to that. They could hear something, they could see something, they could smell something. I guess they could also have something touch them, but that wouldn't be very normal. Now, orient is the first event in this sequence. Orient turns into eye, which really is focus. So they orient to something's out there, boom. All right, I gotcha. So as soon as they start to eye, then that will lead into stalking. Stalking is creeping up on whatever. What triggers the stalking? The ability to eye. So you're not going to see even a Border Collie who is probably the best known stalker in the canine world. You're not going to see them just randomly start stalking and looking for something. They stalk after the trigger of the eye. The 4th element in this sequence is chase. So they stalk until they chase. And then it moves into 2 different ways of biting. So element number 5 is the bite to grab. Element number 6 is the bite to kill. Okay, it's getting a little gruesome. I know. You know what? I'm pretty sure that your domesticated dog, not many of them are going to go through this entire cycle. Some will, though. After the bite to kill, or the kill bite, as it's better known, leads to the evisceration, the dissection of the animal. And that leads to the consumption of the animal. So that's the 8 events that happen in this predatory motor sequence. Now, as I mentioned before, because of the intense breeding that humans have done to the domestic dog, they've actually accentuated some parts of the sequence. They've actually removed other parts of it, and in some breeds, rearranged the sequence. Why should you care? Susan, I just came here to learn how to train my pet dog. It's super, super important because, as I mentioned off the top, different breeds have been bred to actually highlight different parts of the sequence. Knowing that will help you to bring the best enrichment to your dog, to not fight against what's there, and hopefully not to deny nor reinforce randomly the things that the dog is innately driven to do, because it's really important. It's really going to affect your ability to train your dog to the best of your ability. So different breeds have different drives. A Beagle isn't going to have that instinct to eye stalk, but they are going to have an amazing instinct to orient. And likewise, a Belgian Malinois is going to have many parts of this sequence very, very active, including a very, very strong bite. But you could have a Pomeranian or a Poodle that has super, super strong intact need for the 7th element of the sequence, which is the need to dissect. But they don't have any of the things above it. They just want to grab a stuffed animal, rip it apart, and pull out all the stuffing out of it. They have no desire to orient or eye or stalk anything. With domesticated dogs, the way they've been bred, different parts of this sequence are going to be apparent to you in your dog.